You know, we're not dealing with stupid people. You know, it used to be we would have a military. You'd have uniforms here, uniforms there. The one with the most uniforms standing wins the war, right? This is a little different now. About sneaky, now you're talking to dirty, underhanded people that want to kill our civilians. They want to go after our civilians. They want to kill not only our civilians, all over the world. And it's going to be stopped. It's going to be stopped. Somebody criticized me the other day because they asked me what I do, and I said, I'm going to bomb the shit out of them. It's true. I don't care. I don't care. They've got to be stopped. We let ISIS take this position. It was Hillary Clinton that she should get an award from them as the founder of ISIS. That's what it was. That's what it was. Her weakness, her weak policies. Somehow I think that ISIS, Russia, radical Islamic terrorists, right? China, this maniac from North Korea. Somehow, I think that that's a bigger threat than global warming right now, okay? Somehow. The only global warming we should be fearing, folks, is global warming caused by nuclear weapons. And if we're not smart, that's what's going to happen. We better get really tough, really smart, really vigilant, or we're going to have a problem. We better stop playing games, believe me. We better stop playing games. So, we've become the policeman to the entire world. We take care of the world. They pay us peanuts. We take care of Japan. A lot of people don't even know that. I mentioned Japan. People go, we don't have. We have. Now, here's the deals we make. If we are attacked, somebody attacks us, would you rather have Trump as president if we're attacked? Oh, we'll beat the shit out of them. Anybody attacks us. So when they ask me about, like, what do I want to do with Syria? I know what I want to do. Believe me, you're going to be happy. But I don't want to tell. I don't want them to say, oh, well, Trump's going to do this, so we'll do this. I want to be unpredictable. It's so important. It's so important. Remember when Obama was saying, we will leave. We are leaving Iraq as of a certain date. Now, the opponent said, wow, that's great. What do we have to fight anymore for? Let's just wait a year and a half. That's what happened. And then as soon as we left, they knocked the shit out of everybody. Right? They just knocked the hell out of everybody. Obama. But he gave a certain date. So I want to be unpredictable. Okay? I would never have given a date. I might have said, we're going to stay there for 20 years, we're going to stay there for eternity. And these other guys would say, oh man, we give up. It's just, we just can't do this. No, honestly, they would have said it. We were doing fine. I mean, look, we shouldn't have been there. But we were doing okay toward the end. And then we took everybody out. But instead, if you would have said, no, no, we're going to be there forever. And I didn't want to go in. But I would have said, no, we're never leaving. We're never leaving. They would have said, okay, this guy's crazy. We're out of here. Don't we want that as a thing? Right? We must, as a nation, be more unpredictable. We are totally predictable. We tell everything. We're sending troops, we tell them. We're sending something else, we have a news conference. We have to be unpredictable. And we have to be unpredictable starting now. But they're going to be gone. ISIS will be gone if I'm elected president. And they'll be gone quickly. They will be gone very, very quickly. Secondly, we have to rebuild our military and our economy. The Russians and Chinese have rapidly expanded their military capability, but look at what's happened to us. Our nuclear weapons arsenal, our ultimate deterrent, has been allowed to atrophy and is desperately in need of modernization and renewal, and it has to happen immediately. I was against Iraq. I'd be the last one to use the nuclear weapons.
So can you take it off the table
now? That's sort of like the end of the ball game.
Can you tell the Middle East we're not using the nuclear weapon on anybody?
I would never say that. I would never take any of my cards off the table.
How about Europe? We won't use it in Europe.
I'm not going to take it off the table.
You might use it in Europe?
No, I don't think so. But
well,
I'm not
just
taking,
say it. I'll never use a nuclear weapon in Europe.
I am not taking cards off the table. I'm not going to use nukes, but I'm not taking any cards off the table.
The trouble is, at the same
the Muslim world being at war with the West, what is the Trump plan long-term to try to make the relationship between the Muslim world and the Western world better?
The first thing you have to do is get them to respect the West and respect us. And if they're not going to respect us, it's never going to work.
So one element would be have the people in the Islamic world respect the West more.
I don't think you can do anything, and I don't think you're going to be successful unless they respect you. And they have no respect for our president, and they have no respect for our country right now.
You were asked about whether you would rule out using tactical nuclear weapons against ISIS. Have you ruled that out, or is that something you'd contemplate?
I think I'd probably be very, very late compared to my opponents that are running.
So you would rule in the possibility of using nuclear weapons against ISIS?
Well, I'm never going to rule anything out.
Right.
And I wouldn't want to say, even if I felt it wasn't going, I wouldn't want to tell you that.
Right.
Because at a minimum, I want them to think maybe we would use it, okay? Right. It's the worst thing when we do these interviews with everybody, not me, and you ask a question like that, and everybody comes clean and they're so honest. You know, we need unpredictability. The enemy, we have enemies. ISIS is an enemy, and it's an enemy not wearing uniforms, so we don't even know who the enemy is. The fact is, we need unpredictability, and when you ask a question like that, it's a very sad thing to have to answer it, because the enemy is watching, and I have a very good chance of winning, and I frankly don't want the enemy to know how I'm thinking.
Understood.
But with that being said, I don't rule out anything. I would say definitely nuclear weapons are a last resort.